Hello and welcome, my name is Asaf and this is Mastering Rhythm with Konnakkol. In this episode, I'm going to share with you another rhythmic formula. In the last clip, I shared with you a very simple rhythmic formula: 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And I explained in detail all about the geometry and the math behind this calculation. We also saw that different numbers can apply to the same formula, thereby creating different variations of the same rhythm. The formula that I'm going to share with you today is slightly more advanced. So if you find this a little challenging, please go back to the last video, where I explained in detail how this formula works and the math and geometry behind it. In the last clip, we saw how different formulas can take different shapes that can be represented by letters in the alphabet. And we spoke about the Y-shaped formula: 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. The formula that I'm going to share with you today, I like to call the 3 V's. Now, if you want to understand how this next formula works, imagine that we have a Y, but we are going to cut the leg of the Y, and therefore remain with just a V. In other words, we're going to have just a reduction without using the smallest number 3 times. So mathematically speaking, we're going to end up with 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So only the reduction part. The other difference here is that we are going to repeat this V shape 3 times. 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. And then again 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. And then again 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. We are also going to introduce a gap between the first V to the second V, and also between the second V and the third V. We are not going to introduce a gap after the third V. An important thing to note here is that the length of the gap is similar to the smallest number in this formula, which is 1. So altogether we have 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, and then a gap of 1. And then again 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, and then a gap of 1. And then again 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. After we've sung the whole formula, the next syllable will fall on the first beat of the next cycle. So here's some math. If we put 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus gap of 1, plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus gap of 1, plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, we will get 32. Now let's see how this can relate to actual rhythm. We know that we have 32, which is basically the same amount of syllables if we have an 8-beat cycle where each beat is divided into 4 matras, or 4 16th notes. Taka-dimmi, 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 taka-dimmi. So the whole formula should fit in that space and that subdivision, 4 per beat. Now let's look how this works in practice. For a group of 4, we can assign a quarter note or a crotchet, which equals 4 16th notes, or 4 matras. For the group of 3, we can use a dotted 8th note, which equals 3 16th notes. For a group of 2, we can use an 8th note, which equals 2 16th notes. For a group of 1, we can use 1 16th note. Now, since the gap is 1 16th note, we are going to leave it empty and not say anything for that gap. And remember, we have one gap between the first V to the second, and then one gap between the second V to the third. In other words, we have a quarter note followed by a dotted 8th note, followed by an 8th note, followed by a 16th note, and then followed by a rest of a 16th note. And this repeat again. And the last time we have quarter note, dotted 8th note, 8th note, and 1 16th note without the gap. And we can use the syllable ta for each note. 5, 6, 7, start. Ta, 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 ta. A little faster. 5, 6, 7, start. Ta, 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 ta. Now let's try and double everything. So instead of 4, 3, 2, 1 gap, we're going to have 2 times 4, 2 times 3, 2 times 2, and 2 times 1, and 2 times gap of 1/16th note. In Konnakkol, when the gap is larger than 1 matra or 1 syllable, we usually like to indicate the beginning of the gap with a syllable. So in this case, because we have a gap of 2, we will say ta for the first one, and then nothing or a rest for the second syllable, ta. And this will be a gap of 2. So here we will have 2 times quarter note, 2 times dotted 8th note, 2 times 8th note, and 2 times 16th note, and then a ta and a gap. Now, because we have 2 repetitions of every number, we will use 2 syllables, ta and ka. Ta for the first 4, ka for the second 4, ta for the first 3, ka for the second 3, and so on. So here we go, same formula but using 2 or ta ka. 5, 6, 7, start. Ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta. Similarly, we can now triple. So do 3 times 4, 4 plus 4 plus 4, and then 3 times 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, and then a gap of 3. Ta, gap, and then gu. So tangu, which is traditionally a gap of 3. And we will use a simple takita indicating each one of the notes. So the first 4 will be indicated by ta, the second 4 by ki, and then the third by ta. Ta, ki, ta. 5, 6, 7, start. Ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, tang, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, tang, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta. Notice that this composition occupies 3 8-beat cycles, or 3 adithalams, which means that we have a total of 24 beats altogether. Which also means that we can play the same composition in 3-beat cycle, like this. 1, 2, start. Ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, tang, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, tang, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta. Coming back to 8-beat cycle, this also means that we can play the same composition over 2 adithalams in 16 beats in total, if every beat will have 6 particles, or you can say 6 tuplets. And let's just first establish the rhythm. Takita 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 kita takita takita ta ta ki ta ta ki ta ta ki ta takita tango ta ki ta ta ki ta ta ki ta takita tango ta ki ta ta ki ta ta ki ta takita ta. So you can probably see that we can use any number and also convert to different beat cycles and different subdivisions. Another possible example would be the number 5, or tadiginadon. So 4 5s, 4 3s, 4 2s, and so on. In the space of the gap, we will say ta angu. Ta, and then angu, which will give us a 5. 5, 6, 7, start. Ta, di, gi, na, dum. 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 Ta, ta, di, gi, na, dum. Ta, di, gi, ta, dum. Ta, di, gi, na, dum. Ta, di, gi, na, dum. Ta, ta, di, gi, na, dum. 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 Ta. You can use this rhythmic formula using any number that you choose. Thank you very much for watching this clip. I hope you found the information here useful. Please come back for more episodes. Please like, share, and leave a comment. Thank you so much.